What is going on, everyone? Chris Winters here, coming at you, inspired to share something that I'm really passionate about, which is artificial intelligence. So I know artificial intelligence gets kind of a wrap around the office of, the butt of the joke. Throw it in ChatGPT, gets a laugh around the water cooler. But I use ChatGPT. I use Claude, which is a competitor to ChatGPT, every single day. And I wanted to show you kind of through a practical example of it stretching what really should be my capabilities. So we're going to do something that I really shouldn't be able to do, which is create a website game and post it to my website, and we'll see if it works. So if it doesn't work, maybe humans got a little bit more time. If it does work, maybe it's time to start thinking about artificial intelligence in the long term and how that plays into your business model. If you're looking for a thought partner on that, please reach out. I'd love to help out. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, welcome back. So we're creating a game of Pong, and not the fun kind you play in college. The fun kind that you play on a website. So starting off, what you're looking at here is ChatGPT, the main interface that you're going to become really familiar with. So whenever you create an account, log in, you're going to see this. In the top left-hand corner, you're going to see your model selector. So just like there's a new edition of an iPhone, there's new editions of the models, and if you pay $20 a month, you get access to these editions early. So currently, the Plus users, which I am among, are on the GPT 4.0 right now. So you might not see 4.0. That would be the reason why. Down here is where you type in, what you want to ask it, attach files that you want to ask it questions about. But really what we're going to do is we're going to use another feature, which is called a custom GPT, because I don't want to ask it too many questions. I want it to already know quite a bit about the subject matter that we're going to be asking it, which is creating something that involves software engineering. So we're going to go into Explore GPTs. Spoiler alert, I already found one for this. It's called Software Architect GPT. It's by this guy named VB Vikramsinghe, which sounds German. We're going to start a chat with it. So now you'll notice in the top left-hand corner that I am talking to Software Architect GPT, not the Model 4.0 anymore. So this has got significant domain expertise. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask it the question to get us started building our game of Pong. And I've already typed out the question because I don't want to subject you to me bashing on my keyboard here. So create a basic software guide for creating an HTML game. HTML is the coding language that's used for website development. No server-side processing, everything in the browser, and it should be similar to the game of Pong. So let's see what it does with that. All right. It's already doing something. Please review. Okay. Yes, that's good. Thank you. All right. So it is like a conversation. So obviously the person who created this asked it to clarify first, which is probably smart. I'm trying to do this fast, so that's why. All right. So it generated this little thing, the requirements for the game, must-haves. It's got to have 2 paddles. You're not going to have a one-sided Pong game. It's not really fun. Good idea. It's not going to have any server-side processing, so we don't have to worry about any code getting generated for that. And it's not going to be advanced. Didn't tell it that, but I guess simple game of Pong. So now we're going to hop on over to Claude. And we're hopping on over to Claude. First of all, Claude is it's a model released from a company called Anthropic, which trains their models a little bit differently than OpenAI does. So they train them, I guess, on AI reinforcement learning. So it's like teaching itself. ChatGPT, I think, has more human intervention, like little thumbs up, thumbs down. Was that a good response? That's my understanding. I do believe that Claude probably has some human training that had to go into it. But the reason we're using Claude is because they just released a new model called 3.5 Sonnet. And it's got this cool little feature where it will generate a mock-up code environment on the right side of your screen, and it'll let you interact with it. So it's a little bit better for demoing, I guess, software things. So I'm going to go ahead. Did I copy that? I copied that, paste that in, and I'm just going to tell it at the very front, please make this game for me. Let's see what it does. All right. So I am also a paying member of the Claude Plus Club. So I think that's another $20 a month. It's definitely worth it at this point, especially because they released this new model. It wasn't really worth it before, but I think at this point we're at that tipping point where the $20 a month is no longer me just doing it for curiosity, and it's actually helping with my productivity here. So while it's writing this wonderfully long audio statement, um, I'm not a coder. I just knew the difference between HTML and not, so I'm along for the ride just as you guys are. And it is just really typing out this audio statement. So one thing you got to look out for on this, and I think we're going to hit it, is there's a response limit, limited as it hit the maximum length allowed at the time. So maybe we'll get rid of the audio portion, but let's see what it does here. Yeah, all right. So this is part of the learning how to prompt engineer is what they call it. So please. Okay, so I'm telling it, let's get rid of the audio because obviously that threw it off. It did something there. Make the code more efficient with less lines of code. Probably could have written that a little bit better, but we'll see. The good thing about these models is they never talk back to you. They're not really rude. They're kind of dangerously, they will make up stuff if they don't know the answer. Okay, let's see. Hey, look at that. Okay. All right, so apparently I have to use my keyboard for this, but it's actually working. Okay. Okay, well, I'm back from the future here. Things got a little bit out of hand, and I made a Pong game that was way too souped up. So rather than subjecting you through all the trials and tribulations that I went through, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the different versions. So starting off, we have 12 versions now. You can tell that I got a little carried away. We talked about the basic requirement of creation. That got us from, okay, now we got a start line to, we can move to, let's add a button so that we can pause, reset. That's cool. It's a nice little development. All right, now let's make sure that we've got a touch screen somewhere in here. Yeah, touch screen like a slide bar. Okay, now we can slide bar. Now it's just incredibly glitchy. And we move on to the next one. Okay, now add a speed button. All right, let's see how this speed button works. That's nice. Looks like it's like the Michael Jordan of Pong over there. Oh, he's holding on to the rock. Okay. That's funny. That hasn't happened before. So then we're going to go ahead and move on down, make the opponent a little bit easier to beat because obviously if he's just going to hold on to the Pong ball, you can't win. All right, so make him a little easier to beat. All right, now he's too easy to beat. So you can just be really general about your feedback, and it's just going to go ahead and give it to you. Okay, now make it smoother. The paddle's larger. The level of difficulty changeable. Got it. Not sure if this really did anything. We went through a couple more revisions. Make the game. This is such a broad comment. Make the game move a little faster, more fun, and add a speed button in again. More fun. What does more fun mean, right? Well, apparently it made it better. Then we went one more step, make the default speed slower because it was just shooting out of the gate there. Make it less glitchy, please, smoother and more fun. That wasn't even a complete sentence. It knew what to do. And it created this monstrosity in a completely different color. It forgot about the touch screen or the touch bar, but it made these little effects, which is pretty cool. Then make the code more condensed because it was at a maximum, so I made it a little bit more efficient. All right, we're still with this little, we lost a little effects there, but now we're at the final range here. We've got our slider bar, we've got our start, we've got increasing speed, hard mode, reset, all the kit and caboodle there. So now went ahead, added this in. We got Pong 2.0, 2.0. Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and publish this here. Move over Pong number 1. Pong number 2 has usurped you. All right. Let's just make sure that shows up right. It's looking okay. Let's go ahead and pop on over. Make sure we got our menu set up properly. We're going to say Pong Game 2.0, 2.0. Save. We should be golden. Let's go ahead and get started here. Looking at that. Home screen should have Pong Game 2.0. Look at that. All right, so now if you go into adamscholes.com, that's adam-scholes.com, in the top ribbon, you'll see a little thing called Pong Game 2.0. Click that and play to your heart's content. Looks like I neglected to grab whatever the header ribbon is in the theme, so there's not really a way to get back. But if you like this, go ahead and play it. If you want to discuss AI strategy and really future-proofing your business, please reach out through LinkedIn, or if you're stuck on this Pong page, use the chat bot, reach out to me through email. I respond to all those. So thank you so much for your time today. Drop a comment. Would love to know what you thought. Thank you.